Are you supposed to be turned on when you go to a strip club? In my country there is a kind of escort that hangs out in a bar and just hangs out with the male patrons. Only men go to these specific kind of bar. The women are employed by the bar and will be heavily flirting with the men, laughing at their jokes and tolerating maybe a hand on the shoulder or knee. They do dress kinda scantily, but nothing like a strip club. They don't strip or give lap dances. They just provide company. The kind that a certain kind of men expect from women in a bar. Their sole purpose is to make the men order a lot of drinks and food to rack up a massive bill. But it's not really a con because the men know how this all works. This system barely exists now, but it was huge back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. If you don't know about it though, like some tourist wandering into the wrong bar, you will fully get the impression that sexily dressed hot women are coming on to you. They just need you to buy them another drink. Then you end up with thousands of dollars on the bill. The bar will charge you like $300 for a Coke or something. Locals usually don't fall for it, but they do have a dedicated, loyal clientele. That's the great thing about a strip club. No one will care if you have a boner. And no one will care if you don't. Do whatever makes you happy. Boss's dick has to stay limp. Depends on a person. Last time I accidentally got lost into a strip club, I had a mental breakdown. Strip clubs are like buying a bag of weed just to smell it and never smoke it. I always hated going. Haven't been in years. Just awkward. There's a vagina waving at me and I can't touch it. Hey, stripper here. Generally we don't know whether or not the customer has a boner. Dark lighting combined with the fact we don't look at the customer's crotch unless they ask us to. We do not care either way, but if it does happen it's completely normal and to be expected. I always want my customers to feel completely comfortable being themselves, as long as they stick to the rules. My best advice if you want to enjoy yourself is to speak to the girls and pick a nice one, as opposed to just going for whoever catches your eye first. It's obviously important you're super attracted to the girl you choose, but you'll probably have a better time with a 8/10 who is respectful and knows how to make you feel comfortable than a 10 out of 10 who doesn't care if you enjoy yourself. It's quite common for men to choose the hottest girl without any regard for her demeanor and then complain that she was cold towards him in the dance and he felt humiliated. Chose a dancer that's pretty but who also gives you warm vibes when chatting. These type of dancers care about making the customer's day as well as making money. I'm seeing a lot of comments from people who wonder why strip clubs are a thing. Here's why. They predate the internet. You used to have to meet girls and impress them with your ability to be charming or have lots of money, and if you couldn't do that, you could go to a strip club where members of the opposite sex would pretend to be interested in you. It doesn't mesh very well with modern hookup culture. So a lot of clubs have transitioned into places for girls to get more physical in exchange for better rates. Instead of the allure of a woman, it is more the allure of a good time when visiting a strip club. If you want to actually enjoy the experience, be prepared to 1. Put away your phone. It's an experience. 2. Pick a girl you like and tip well. Keep her by you all night. 3. Don't expect anything. Be nice and they will be nice in turn. You'll get a surprisingly nice evening. Just be prepared to pay $500+ for it. No, you supposed to go there and pray to Jesus and confess your sins. When I was young, we had a blast in them. Couple of guys would go in, split up and have a good night. It's fun to be the center of attention. Don't overthink it. It's just alcohol and naked women. I've been to parties with women and alcohol and went home alone. No naked women. Get a girlfriend if you want sex. Naked women are always fun. I've always thought the same thing basically. Strippers don't attract me at all, and the idea of a strip club or getting a lap dance has always seemed gross and unsanitary to me. I'm a straight male that's never been to a strip club, and I have absolutely no desire. Not always, but it is an expected outcome. You are not supposed to have a boner, but if it happens, it happens. It's again expected. And there is often a backroom unofficial charge for those willing to pay for handies. Blow jobs. Dry humping to climax. All the way and more. This is not the case for all strip clubs though. What's the point of a strip club beyond being turned on and getting your rocks off? Well, live girls dancing. So eye candy. Their company. Just being around pretty girls is enough for some people. There are drinks flowing. Sometimes good food to order as well. It's a place to go away from home that seems way less restricted. A lot of people go there for comfort. For an escape. To party hard and have a good time. To speak with the girls, to get stuff off your chest while they twerk upon you, or just sit there and listen if you're in a private booth. To see a show and enjoy, perhaps blowing off steam with your friends and providing them racks for the dancers to pay their bills. It's fun for many. An experience that can get addictive for some. Maybe just a regular hangout for others. So far all I can see is dudes who don't like strip clubs. That's fine, but not really answering the question. I hate most greasy strip clubs, but have one I frequent. It's laid back and the girls know you're not a mark once you've been there a sec, so they stop to bullshit, but no, you're not going to the champagne room. You spend money if you go, but it's not like the cattle corral most places are. Those places are not fun. So that's a good start for being able to relax. Once that's accomplished, yes. There have been a number of girls that either flirt really well or just know how to move their bodies when they're dancing that, hell yes, you get turned on. Started going to strip clubs with my wife because it was the only place you could get a pool table. We had tons of fun. Flirted with girls. And then would go home and fuck the shit out of each other. Major point is, you need to find a good strip club. The clubs for the troglodytes suck. But if you find a good one, they can be tons of fun, and yes, they can turn you on. I don't enjoy strip clubs whatsoever, and I don't understand the attraction to it. The girls aren't attractive most the time. It's grimy and they take your money faster than you can grab your wallet. I've heard sometimes drinks are cheap, but from my POV, weirdos like strip clubs. I'd imagine most of the people at a strip club aren't looking for boner bulges. Just keep it in your pants and you're fine. It really depends on who you're with and what the point is if you're going. My cousins all went to a strip club in Mexico once after drinking, and the next morning they were giving the younger cousin of the group shit because they said they saw that he had a boner, which made no sense to me, since I was like, isn't that what you're going in for? But on the flip side, my old manager and his friends would take whoever had a birthday to the trashiest strip club in our area. It apparently wasn't uncommon to have PVC pipes as poles, and pregnant dancers were a common thing. So to them, if you did get aroused, they would give you shit, because the whole point was not to go and get turned on, but to cringe the whole time. Some here seem to think that every time you see a naked girl you have to whip it out and release her. You'll die. Blue balls. Man. You don't. It's possible to just watch and enjoy beautiful women and not have an instant orgasm. Yes. You might get turned on. But that doesn't mean you cannot control yourself and wait for an appropriate time to finish was started. I had a massive boner last time and she jerked it through my pants. Since I am the only one on this thread that doesn't hate strip clubs apparently. Here I go. It doesn't matter if you're turned on or not. I usually don't turn on unless a woman comes over and tries to get me in the back room or if the woman dancing is damn near a perfect 10. And while it is awkward to walk around with a stiffy when you're new to the experience, you get used to it after a few times. No one's gonna get offended by your boner at a strip club and it's unlikely any of the customers are paying you any attention even if the boner is obvious since there's titties to stare at anyways. Former stripper here. Almost 10 years. Most men don't get boners. Some do. And if they're still polite, there's no judgment. We just kinda say thanks? But most don't. Because it's largely about the connection they get with a woman who they know is not going to judge them. We get told all their deepest and darkest and they can be totally confident it's not going anywhere.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.